All right, class is in session. All right, we're going over atomic attraction again. We're getting pretty far through the book. You should be becoming more attractive now, helping you get more dates, helping you get more sex, helping you get more love. Become more attractive. You raise your sexual market value, and we're on chapter 31. Got tons of videos on how to become more attractive, step by step. All right. So, like I said, you become more attractive, get more sex, get more love, get more dates. All right? All right, so, but when I go through this is chapter 31, and chapter 31 is get her to chase you. And like I said, we're almost done with the book. But what I'm going to cover is, before I start that chapter, I'm going to cover two very important commandments of poon. There are 16 commandments of poon. It's on my video list. But there are two very important commandments that apply to this chapter. The first commandment is never say I love you first. The first commandment of poon is never say I love you first. And these are by Royce from ChateauHeartiste.org. Okay? Royce by ChateauHeartiste.org. So commandment 1 is never say I love you first. Women want to feel like they have to overcome obstacles to win a man's heart. They crave the challenge of capturing the interest of a man who has other women competing for his attention and eventually prevailing over his grudging reluctance to award his committed exclusivity. The man who gives his emotional world away too easily robs women of the satisfaction of earning his love. Though you may be in love with her, don't say it before she has said it. Show compassionate restraint for her need to struggle toward yin fulfillment. Inspire her to take the lead for you, and she will return the favor 1,000-fold, 100%. So if she feels like she had to work for your love, she'll continue to try to work for your love. You know, if she feels like getting love from you are too easy, like, I love you, oh, I love you, she gives you one good BJ and you're like, I love you, will you marry me? I mean, that's how a lot of guys are these days, I think, it seems. So women don't find, connection and sexuality right off, okay? Okay, and commandment 5 of the 16 commandments of poon is adhere to the golden ratio. And these all apply to this chapter I'm about to go over. Adhere to the golden ratio. Give your woman 2/3 of everything she gives you. For every 3 calls or texts, give her 2 back. 3 of love, earn 2 in return. 3 gifts, 2 nights out. Give her 2 displays of affection, and stop until she has answered with 3 more. When she speaks to you, you reply with fewer words. When she emotes, you emote less. The idea behind the golden ratio, is twofold. It establishes your greater value by making her chase you, and it demonstrates that you have the self-restraint to avoid getting swept up in her personal dramas and refraining from reciprocating everything she does for you in equal measure. It instills in her the proper attitude of belief in your higher status in her deepest loins. It is what she truly wants. Correct. So you see, she doesn't want you to be coming onto her more than you onto her. If you start chasing a woman, the fastest way to get a woman to get rid of you is to chase her. All right, so now we're on chapter 31. I don't want to make this too long. So we're on to chapter 31 of atomic attraction. Those two were the first and fifth commandments of the 16 commandments of poon from Royce, ChateauHeartiste.org. All right, get her to chase you. If a woman does not chase a man a little, she does not love him. E.W. Howe. Women are taught from an early age that it is the man's job to do the chasing. Yes, and all the man, if a man likes you, he'll chase you. That's not true, though. Trust me. Women know. They chase the men they really like. This is only half true. When a man does this seducing, he chases the woman and pushes through the woman's initial resistance. It is at this point that women stop being passive. Now the woman becomes proactive and actively chases the man. A successful seduction, a man must let go and stop chasing. You must let a woman come to you, facts, and allow her to chase you 100%. If you fail to allow this transition to take place, don't be surprised if the woman loses attraction for you and pulls away. The woman you focus on, the moment you focus on the relationship is the moment the woman starts to lose attraction. It is tempting to tell a woman how you feel about her, as though this will somehow soften her emotions and make her easier to seduce. When a man focuses on the relationship, he derails the seduction process. Women used to dream of the day when the man would come and sweep her off her feet. But when that day arrives, that love should not be, when that day arrives, women believe that love should not be this way, and it shouldn't be. One of the problems facing men, one of the problems men face as men is the speed with which women respond to messages and are willing to pursue a relationship. All this can leave a man uncomfortable and where he stands, uncomfortable of where he stands and where the relationship is headed. A woman knows if you are chasing her out of desire or out of insecurity. So a woman knows if you're chasing her out of desire or out of insecurity. She knows this, okay? And a man can sometimes feel uncomfortable, like I said, with the speed the relationship is going. Men like certainty. We all like certainty. One of the most brutal things in the human, existence is not knowing. I mean, it could be a Christmas gift, a stocking stuffer. Just tell me what it is. So, not knowing things is one of the biggest, and that's why sometimes we fear things so much. I mean, how many times have you been uncertain about something and you're all fearful, and then a buddy asks you, hey, how'd that deal go that you're all worried about? Oh, it's all right. No big deal. So anyway, this insecurity often leads men to take action to relieve insecurity. Yes, and shout out Coach Corey Wayne, he calls it the illusion of action. Like when the woman's not texting you back and you might send a question mark or, hey, what's up? And then she takes like 30 minutes and then you'll send a question mark or, why don't you answer me? The action of you sending her a text saying, what's up, bitch? You think that action is helping you, it's only hurting you. Most of the time, less is more. Send the message like a tennis match. Do not send anything else until you get something back. The illusion of action is a real good, it's something that men have to watch out for because we're very goal-oriented. And so we think if we take action, we'll solve a problem. But in dating, no. Less is more. Less action is usually better, okay? Let her come to you, okay? Okay, so the insecurity often leads men to take action to relieve insecurity, exactly like I just said. But instead, the man pushes the woman away. Yes, that illusion of action from him. Given a choice, given a choice of freedom or commitment, you must always choose freedom, 100%. And I've said this in other videos. It's how you know someone knows what they're talking about. I've said men desire freedom. This is in a lot of my videos. But anyway, you should desire freedom. Understand this, guys. all the guys that are listening, you are better when you are single. I'm just telling you, you are better when you are free. Now, that doesn't mean that women can't add this badass, deal to your life, and they will, but you'll never be better than when you are free. But we don't want to be free forever. We love women. I'm not saying be free forever, but your desire to be free should always supersede your desire to commit to a woman. That's just the way it is, okay? Let's see. And if you get a good woman, you have to get a good woman, and if you get a badass woman, then she'll make you better than when you're free, okay? But she has to be badass, okay? You must always choose freedom, yep. Or a woman's attraction to a man, you must always choose freedom because women are attracted to men that have options. Why would you like to forget about all your options for the sake of one woman? That's what they think. That's what a woman thinks. Why would this guy want to get rid of all his options for me? Then she starts thinking, wait a minute, maybe he doesn't have options. She wants you to have options, okay? I mean, whether she acknowledges it or not, right? Instead, if a woman chases you, that you must be of high value, right? If she's chasing you, that tells her you must be of high value. Otherwise, she would not be chasing, correct? The man, however, women always throw out this, okay, so here's another thing. Women always throw out these cliches, right? We've heard them before. You hear them on TikTok. If a man likes me, he would chase me. No, that's not true. Because, like I said, if you got options, like James Bond, dude, or, think of a famous rapper or famous movie star. They ain't chasing nobody, Women don't chase. That is always a man's job. No, it's not. That's what women want it to be. Women have been told how fabulous they are, but when they get right down to it, their mamas may tell them this, their aunties may tell them this, and they may believe it. But when they get into the real action of life, they're like, oh, I need that guy, I want that guy, I'm gonna chase him. If she's telling you gotta chase her, she thinks you're beta. Okay. If you buy into this, here we go. That's what I didn't even know this was coming next. But see, if you buy into this, thinking if you buy into these cliches, then you buy into this thinking. If you buy into that thinking, you become just another weak beta male in hot pursuit. Exactly. I didn't even know that was next. See how I know what I'm talking about? Yep. That's women know. They know if a woman finds you chasing her, you beta. Oh, you beta big time. Your strength as a man lies in your ability to remain indifferent to a woman's behavior, whether she is chasing you or not. Getting a woman to chase you is a subtle process. There are, however, certain techniques to ensure a woman chases you and becomes more attracted to you. First, you must have the inner strength to allow the woman to reach out to you. It is always a good idea to adhere to the 80-20 rule or the Pareto principle. This is very well known in the red pill community. Pareto principle, 80-20, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good principle. Trust me. But you can't, 100%. It's 80-20 totally, but it is a pretty damn good principle. It is always a good idea to adhere to the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is a powerful concept that governs man's area of life, that governs many areas of life, not only relationships. For example, 80% of a company's profit comes from 20% of its customers. 80% of the population of the world lives on 20% of the world's landmass. 80% of the world's wealth is owned by 20% of the population. The 80-20 rule applies to male and female relationships. It also applies to male and female relationships, absolutely. that a man should reach out to a woman, and this goes to my commandment of poon, the 2/3 rule, the golden ratio. This is basically talking about the golden ratio that I mentioned in the beginning. That a man should reach out to a woman 20% of the time, and a woman should reach out to the man 80% of the time. This allows a woman to chase a man. It also ensures there is enough space and distance between a woman and a man to allow attraction to flourish. That is facts. Case study. Let's see what case study 21. Let's see. Sarah booked a trip to Grenada. Okay, so basically this is this guy books an awesome trip because his chick wasn't sleeping with him, and he basically is using a badass trip to get this girl to sleep with him, right? And she wasn't sleeping with him on the trip because he started begging for sex on the trip, and it's got to be you. It's not the trip. And him begging and him, doing all this stuff made it look he was chasing her, and she got disgusted with him. Okay, Sam kept begging for sex. Yep, Sam sent a message when he got back. She never responded. So anyway, yes, and so it shows him chasing her. Yep. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. So you should never chase a woman. The phone, you must also refrain from chasing commitment. The moment you ask the woman the one fatal question, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Let her do that, okay? What are we? Is the moment the woman loses attraction, a woman would let you know when she wants a relationship. And a lot of the women don't want relationships these days. You just gotta, you gotta be indifferent with you. There is no need to chase commitment. Facts. A series of studies publicized in the European Journal of Personality that show that less available men are perceived to be more desirable. Researchers have also discovered people are willing to spend more money and on less available people. So people are willing to spend more money on less available people. Let's see. In one of the studies, it found that men were rated low available. Low available, intermediate available, and highly available. Okay, so then the female participants were asked if they would be willing to spend their money either on a fast food date, a casual date, or a fine dining date. And the study showed that the low available men, the women were willing to go to a fine dining restaurant. Okay, so the female participants were more likely to take a man to a fine dining event if he was low availability. Yes, if you are too available, correct. A woman can't help but see you as low value. Facts. And less attractive. A woman's chasing you, she is going to value you less. Yes. And if she values you, she can't help but find you attractive. Correct. So if you're less available, she will value you. She will find you higher status. And if she values you, she can't help but find you attractive. Even if you ain't like badass handsome, right? And that's the thing, right? But here's the thing. There are no gimmicks. There are no just you don't want to do gimmicks. You want to be the real deal. And here's the thing. To have a woman reach out to you first, your sexual market value, you need to raise that as much as you can. And that's going over all the other chapters in this book. But, You know, a lot of guys will sit there and say, well, you'll see a lot of these techniques say, well, just let her contact you first, and, you know, let her reach out to you first, and let her do, you know, 80% of the chasing. But she has to want to chase you. You can't just sit back and expect a woman to chase you, okay? A woman, you know, because these techniques only work if the woman likes you, you know. But if you see a woman liking you, then you need to back the hell off and let her chase. Do not come on too strong. At least give her the opportunity. But if it's not there, you know, from the beginning, it's not there. No amount of waiting, no amount of pulling back, no amount of push and pull doesn't work. She has to like you already. This is why get your sexual market value as high as you can, then more women will be willing to chase you, okay? But women have to chase you. And, you know, don't ever say, oh, I'm single as hell, you know, I haven't dated in 10 years. That'll, you know, get the woman drier than the Sahara, you know. But women chase the men they like. Always understand that. Women chase the men they like and only deal with highly interested women. The women that like you, women that are highly interested in you, will not, you know, leave any miscommunication. They will make sure to let you know they like you. That's how women work. And women chase the men they like, all right? So that's chapter 31. That's it for today. We'll see you on the next one.